Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Survivor Series War Games. We are live from Chicago, Illinois, and we are in a packed house here in the Allstate Arena, and these fans have been here since 7 o'clock Eastern, and we are kicking things off with some Raw versus SmackDown action as the United States Champion, Dijak, goes one-on-one with the Intercontinental Champion, Dominik Mysterio. Of course, Dijak defeating Austin Theory to become the brand new United States Champion, and now finds himself in the crosshairs of SmackDown's Intercontinental Champion, Dominik Mysterio. But don't count out Dijak. This man beat Brock Lesnar. Brock frickin' Lesnar at SummerSlam. And then would go on to win the United States Championship not long after that. A lot of the betting odds on DraftKings. A lot of bets on Dijak here tonight. I can't say I really blame them, but at the same time, let's not count out Dominik Mysterio. The man has been Intercontinental Champion since the very start. But Dijak, by no means, is an easy obstacle to overcome. And this place is not happy. You see Dirty Dom. Of course, not only is Mysterio representing SmackDown as the Intercontinental Champion, he's also representing La Familia, which of course is himself, his girlfriend Bayley, and Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo of Los Lotharios. All of those names I just mentioned will be in action tonight. Well, not tonight. Bayley's in action tomorrow night, but we will see Los Lotharios in action later tonight against the New Day. Dominik looking to start things off 1-0 for La Familia here tonight. And I am very curious to see how these two mesh up with their different clash of styles. And that's really the best way to boil this match down in a nutshell, and that is a clash of styles. Big man versus not a big man. And a super kick to start things off. As Mysterio taking down Dijak. That was a surprising show of strength on the part of the Intercontinental Champion. And Dominik very quickly taking the advantage early on here. Down in the United States Champion and an elbow drop right across the spine. As I mentioned, there are betting odds heading into War Games tonight. A lot of people split on who's going to win the War Games matches. Of course, always gamble responsibly, folks. As Dijak getting sent over the top rope. And this is surprising. Early on here, Dominik Mysterio taking control in this match. This is not how I would have anticipated this match starting out here. But you can't doubt out the man that beat Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, and just like that, Dijak, with a nasty old look at that, in the blink of an eye, Dijak, just like that, perhaps taking control of this match once again. Now perhaps thinking, About a second dive, and this time, oh my god. Nasty impact there for Dominik Mysterio, whose calf looked like it connected with the steel steps there, the bottom step. Now Dijak absolutely laying into the Intercontinental Champion. And we saw the tactics of Dominik to start things out here. But now Dijak showing off his power here. Just absolutely going toe-to-toe. Holy hell. That is unfair. That makes absolutely no sense in a cover here. It makes absolutely no sense for a man the size of Dijak to be as athletic as he is. It is absolutely unreal. But meanwhile, Mysterio, clothesline in the corner, takes out Dijak and now choking him. That's an illegal choke, ref. Referee being awfully lenient here in this opening match here to kick us off for War Games, live from Chicago, Illinois. And it has been a rowdy crowd here since the start. CM Punk chants have been heard since people started walking into the doors. That's all you've been able to hear. This crowd is hot. One of the best crowds in America for wrestling. As Mysterio takes advantage in this match once again. And now look at this. Perhaps trying to pay homage to the late Eddie Guerrero. Viva la Raza, says Dominik Mysterio, who connects on the Three Amigos. And it looks to put this match away off the Three Amigos. And is it enough to put away Dijak, and who, just barely gets the shoulder up at 2. Fun back and forth contest here to kick us off here tonight, and as Mysterio connects with a neck breaker. Now Dom looking to put this one away here, perhaps going for a frog splash, but Dijak just barely able to get out of the way. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. That was a disgusting big boot there by Dijak, who just tosses Mysterio. That was nasty. And now Dijak busting the lip of Mysterio open after that big boot, tossing around the Intercontinental Champion. And now that size starting to come into play here. And keep in mind, Mysterio, I know I said he's small, but he's really not that small. He's not that small of a guy. Dominik Mysterio is around 6'2", 6'3", and yet he has to look up at Dijak, who is just a tower of a man. But right now, Mysterio once again off the ropes, and Dijak just saying no. That is not how we're going to do things around here, but Mysterio not going to take it lying down here. You know, wait a minute. That's Rey Mysterio. We haven't seen Rey Mysterio since Hell in a Cell. Well, we saw Dom hit the 619 on SmackDown, but what the hell is Rey Mysterio doing here? But Dominik trying to get his mind back on track here, but his father just made his grand return here tonight, interrupting Dominik's match here. But Mysterio in some serious trouble here as Dijak with Feast Your Eyes and a cover here to put away the Intercontinental Champion. And Dijak puts Raw up 1-0 as he picks up the victory. But what the hell is Rey Mysterio is back. And I dare say that Dominik is not very happy to see his dad right now. There's a lot that needs to be talked about between those two. Well, if you're Cora Jade, if there's anyone that you want to get advice from, especially for a night like tonight, in a city like this, it's someone who is also from your city in CM Punk. Of course, we'll see Cora Jade later tonight in our main event in the Women's War Games match, but right now, we have a situation on SmackDown that is about to be dealt with. Is Nathan Frazier representing Chase U here tonight answered the challenge of the Maverick Logan Paul, accepting his challenge. Of course, Duke Hudson, Andre Chase put on the shelf by Logan Paul's heavy, seemingly, and Bronson Reed. Well, ever since his debut here in Universe Mode, Logan Paul has been nothing but trouble for Chase U over on SmackDown. He's what a lot of people would like to call a jock in the high school of Chase U. That's what some people have been saying. Is it a bit of an odd phrase? Yes, but I think a jock is a very good description of Logan Paul. And you noticed in the background, right behind Logan Paul, was Bronson Reed, following the coattails of Logan Paul since his arrival. And really, Bronson Reed has been the deciding factor in this whole issue between Logan Paul and Chase U over on SmackDown. Right off the bat, Paul showing off his arrogance after landing that forearm. And if there's one thing you're going to learn about Nathan Frazier, is that this kid is as good as it gets between these ropes. This kid is as talented as it gets. And right now tonight, he is representing Chase U. And if there's anyone that was going to step up to Logan Paul, why not have it be Nathan Frazier? But of course, you see Frazier's corner very much stacked. You got Thea Hale, Chelsea Green, Matt Cardona, and as Logan Paul lands a DDT, of course, there has been some romantic tension between Frazier and Hale, but neither of them seem to have acknowledged it. Well, Frazier has, but as Frazier, hold that thought, as Frazier getting tossed to the outside and right in front of Chase U, including Thea Hale. And Paul looks like he's having fun out there, but Frazier making him pay for it. Logan Paul got cocky and Frazier made him pay for it. And now Frazier hopping back into the ring here. And meanwhile, look at this, Chelsea Green. I don't know what the hell is going on there. Looked like there was almost a scuffle that was about to break out between Cardona and Paul there. A lot of chaos going on the outside. Looks like the referee finally putting some order back into this match as Paul connecting with a chop right across the chest of Frazier. And it seems like throughout this whole issue over on SmackDown, Paul has had the advantage the whole time. Of course, over the past number of months, Logan Paul he's taken out Andre Chase. He's taken out Duke Hudson. Admittedly, you can say that was because of the help of Bronson Reed, but there's a reason why those two are not here. What the hell is this? Holy hell. What a maneuver that was. I don't even know what the hell you'd call that, but Frazier kicking out at 2. Paul looking very impressive early on in a sling blade by Frazier and a moonsault followed up by it. Impressive combination there by Frazier as he goes for the 3 count, but a 2 instead. Now Frazier trying to take Logan Paul here to school here. This match is moving so fast I can barely talk. Now Paul is the one that's getting sent to the outside here. And look at this once again. Chelsea Green. Just unintentionally. It looks like Chelsea Green unintentionally maybe pushed Paul out of the way there. There's so much chaos going on the outside. I thought the referee might have had everything figured out there, but looks like that wasn't the case as Paul takes advantage of that miscommunication between Green and Frazier. Right now, Thea Hale is extremely frustrated in the background. Both Frazier and Hale looking very frustrated with Green and Cardona as Frazier. What the hell is Chelsea Green doing on the apron there? Regardless, it didn't distract the referee for once, but Frazier locking Paul in a crossface there, but it was to no avail. As Paul gets set down, once again Frazier with a frog splash, and he connects with all of it as Paul might be down for the 3 count here, but no. And Frazier just as shocked as everyone else. Thea Hale cannot believe what she is seeing right now. She thought for sure that was it, and so did Frazier. Frazier knocked down with a Phoenix Splash, the prettiest Phoenix Splash, and turn around, ref. Turn around. That's at least a 5 count, ref. Turn around. Nathan Frazier's won this match about 3 times now. Damn it, ref. That was at the very least a 20 count. The referee was busy dealing with the turnbuckle that Chelsea Green was messing with earlier, and it just cost Nathan Frazier this match. That was a 25 count. Paul was down for the count. And now look at this. Paul's gloating. Paul has nothing to gloat about. He lost this match. If the referee was paying attention, Paul would have just lost this match. And now Frazier and Thea Hale getting into it on the outside. Even Thea Hale knows that this match should be over right now. Nathan Frazier should have just won this match. Referee negligence aside, now Logan Paul's in control as he bounces Nathan Frazier head first off the turnbuckle. Now Frazier gonna have to battle back from the negligence of the referee early on in this match, and he might have him in it. Barely a kick out there by Paul. There's one thing that Frazier needs to do. Oh my God. There's one thing that Frazier needs to do, and that's keep his head in the game. He can't get frustrated. Right now, he is all over Paul. He's staying on the gas pedal. But Paul, with that titanium fist, fighting off Frazier, throwing him into the apron. And now look at this. This time, Frazier going head first right into the post. And this is getting ugly. As if it wasn't ugly already. And now the referee at a count of 8 here. And Chelsea Green and the members of Chase U getting all over the referee here still. As Paul gets sent ankle first right off the steps. Paul breaking up the count of the referee, who was at, I believe, a 9 count. To say this match has been calm would be a bit of an overstatement, because it's been anything but that. And meanwhile, Bronson Reed trying to make a move with Thea Hale, trying to call out his bluff here. As everyone from Chase U is riled up, and Frazier taking down Paul. The referee's got to order some sort of stability here. Referee has to maintain some order here, because this thing has been breaking down since the very beginning. You got Thea Hale getting into the ring. You got Matt Cardona and Chelsea Green doing all sorts of antics. You got Bronson Reed trying to get involved. This has been an absolute mess. And plus, not to mention, Frazier should have won this match, and he still might. Look at this. Taking down Paul with a Boston Crab. Does he have enough? Paul is in the center of the ring, and he might be in some trouble here. But Paul powering out of it. And now look at Logan kicking Frazier off. But Frazier, so close to putting this guy away, he can taste it. He knows he has Paul's number. Now look at this, Logan. Sent him down with the DDT. And it looked like Frazier might have gotten spiked there. He hasn't moved since taking that DDT. And now look at this, Paul with a frog splash to put away Frazier. And is it enough? And he got him. Logan Paul with a victory over Nathan Frazier. And you can argue that he should have lost this match. But whether you like it or not, once again, Logan Paul has stuck it to Chase U. And now wait a second, what the hell? What the hell is Chelsea Green doing? What the hell did she just do? Why did she just do that? No, you gotta be kidding me. Do not tell me that Chelsea Green and Matt Cardona and a Rough Rider to Frazier. Are you kidding me right now? Are you telling me that this was all set up from the very beginning? Son of a bitch. Cardona and Green have been in cahoots with Logan Paul this entire time. This is ridiculous. Now we move on to some tag team action here. I'm still trying to recover from that Logan Paul, Chelsea Green, and Matt Cardona situation, but right now, we are back to SmackDown vs. Raw as the Raw Tag Team Champions, The New Day. In a short matter of moments, we'll be taking on the SmackDown Tag Team Champions in Los Lotharios. And we saw on Raw, Garza picking up a victory over Xavier Woods. And it certainly shocked the New Day. We're looking to get it back in blood here tonight at War Games. And of course, Kofi not here tonight. Suffering some travel delays, which you gotta love that Chicago traffic. It is a thing of beauty, I tell you what. But the reign that the New Day have had with these tag team titles has been nothing short of impressive. But we'll get into that in a moment. As the SmackDown Tag Team Champions look to avenge the loss of their brother Dominic Mysterio. who took an L earlier tonight against Dijak. Of course, we saw the return of Rey Mysterio, which, man, if you really think about it, tonight has been a crazy night so far here at War Games. And right now, Los Lotharios looking to perhaps play a little bit of damage control here against the New Day. Of course, SmackDown already down 1-0, but Los Lotharios looking to even the score here tonight. Of course, this match is to determine who the better team is between these two for both brands. And we are about to find out right now. And as you see on the screen, Raw 1, SmackDown 0. Of course, Dijak putting Raw on the board to start us off here. And now look at this. Back and forth sequence here between Garza and Woods. We seem to be having a bit of a repeat from Raw this past week. And now look at Garza with a step up enziguri, taking care of Woods. And you know, it would feel good for both Garza and Carrillo if they were to knock off the New Day, the same team that has knocked off the Bloodline, in order to become the Raw Tag Team Champions. Knocking off the Bloodline not once, but twice. Once to become the Tag Team Champions, and then the second time to actually defend and retain against the Bloodline. To retain their Raw Tag Team titles as Woods with a 1 count on Garza. To say the reign of the New Day has been nothing short of impressive would be an understatement. As Garza buries the forehead of Woods right across the turnbuckle and immediately follows up with a dropkick in the corner there. And right now, Garza is all over Xavier Woods. Hanging up one of the Raw Tag Team Champions here. Now choking away Woods. As Garza, well, I thought he was going to tag in his partner there. Garza wasting time gloating here as Woods, well, he about made it to Big E. Now Woods getting sent right back into the corner here. And now look at this, Garza. Garza going right after the arm. Whiff there by Garza. That was a really bad one. And now tag, in comes Carrillo. Now Carrillo with a shot right to the gut. And Woods has been in this match for an awfully long time here. As now Woods sends off the rope and gets hit with a backbreaker. And Carrillo not electing to go for the cover there. As Woods again gets sent back into the corner. But this time Woods is fighting back here. He answers with a wheelbarrow facebuster there. Wheelbarrow bulldog by Woods, who needs to desperately get out of this match, and he makes the hot tag to Big E. And here comes Big E, who's immediately set down by a Hurricane Rana there by Carrillo, but that didn't last long. And now look at this, E sending down Carrillo. Belly to belly suplex. And now Carrillo sent right into the ref, takes advantage with an elbow, and look at that. How is that for unique? Carrillo off the second rope with a bulldog and a kick out at 1 by E, who's by far the freshest competitor in this match. But for how much longer? As E gets the elbow up and sends down Carrillo. Trying to take out Garza, but Garza wiser to it, gets the knee up. And now Big E might be in some trouble. But wait a second here. As E looking to bench press Carrillo deadlift there. And Carrillo electing to get the hot tag. The hot tag? The hot tag. Yes, the hot tag. As Garza Sorry, I turned British there. Okay, I'm trying to get things back on course here. As Garza taking out Big E. Heading up to the top rope here. I'm sure Garza very comfortable on the top rope. Missile drop kick there. And now it's looking like Big E might be the one that's in danger of having to get out of this match here. Because right now, Los Lotharios all over the big man. Now tag back in comes Carrillo, who might be the fresher of the two, considering how long Garza's been in this match compared to Carrillo. And oh my God, sit your ass down, Humberto Carrillo. And he does the exact opposite. Taking that like a champ, but missing on that moonsault. You know, E hammering away on the chiseled midsection there of Humberto Carrillo. And another belly-to-belly suplex, and E looking to put this one away here. And is it enough? No, and a kick out of one. Carrillo keeping Los Lotharios in this. And you know Bayley is watching this from the back. Of course, Bayley has a date with Mommy Rhea Ripley tomorrow night for the battle between the two women's champions for both brands, as Carrillo gets sent right off the post there. And now Woods taking out Angel Garza. And Carrillo very slow to get back into the ring here. Takes out Big E on the outside, and perhaps E fell for the trap there. And now Woods being sent off the ropes, but an elbow right across the cranium of Carrillo. And now look at this. Deadlift right into the knees. Oh my God. That'll break a rib or two. And now Woods looking to perhaps end this thing on his own with the package roll up here, and Garza able to save it. Now look at Woods up to the top rope here with a top rope splash, and is it enough to put away Los Lotharios? Put it Raw up 2-0, and it is. And just like that, Raw goes up 2-0 on SmackDown. A very quick match between these two. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our main event. It is time for War Games. And of course, this is the official rule book for the War Games match. These are the rules as applies. If they show it on screen here we go. So the official rules. Two teams will be contained in separate cages with one member of each team starting the match at regular intervals. Alternating members from each team will be released to enter the match. The team with the advantage will be the first to have a number released into the match. Once all competitors have entered, War Games officially begins. And if you climb over the cage, it is a forfeit. You can only win via pinfall or submission. Welcome to the War Games. And we are in for a treat, folks. Well, the hometown girl being serenaded by the voices of her people. Because tonight it is a home game for Cora Jade. And you saw Cora Jade beat Charlotte Flair to get to this match here tonight. In what is probably the biggest upset in Universe Mode history. And she is being joined by a veteran when it comes to the War Games match in Dakota Kai. Do not let this lingering romance with Austin Theory fool you. Dakota Kai is very much a veteran when it comes to the War Games match. Out of everyone in this match, she has the most experience in this match. And lately, it seems like there's been some issues going on between Dakota Kai and Alba Fire. It seems like it's also surrounded by the team captain, Becky Lynch. Alba Fire has not forgotten about what Becky Lynch has done to the both of them in the past. Will it come back to haunt them in this match? But it seems like for Team Raw, there's all sorts of issues. But for Team SmackDown, that's not the case. It seems like Team SmackDown has their heads on their shoulders. And they have built quite the underrated team here. As Bianca Belair, and this woman right here, Roxanne Perez, the rookie from SmackDown, had a boost of confidence this past week, going into War Games here tonight. And now tonight, as I said before, she has a very underrated team to work with. And speaking of veterans in War Games matches, the hair is blue tonight and everything. And the tank I was looking around, I couldn't find that. I couldn't find whatever it was she just shot. It went way over my head. I was looking for it. Could not find it. But what I can find, however, is Shotzi's commitment to Team SmackDown, because the hair is not green tonight. The hair is bright baby blue in all of its glory. There is the tank in all of its glory. Shotzi is ready for war and then some. Look at that mask. Oh, scary looking. But Shotzi very much ready. And so is the captain for Team SmackDown. And she's got the captain's hat to approve it. Of course, Liv Morgan was assigned the SmackDown captain by SmackDown General Manager Shawn Michaels, who trusted Liv to lead the charge heading into War Games. And like I said before, this team that she has to work with, very underrated. Not talked about enough, I might say. And the team captain for SmackDown, in a matter of moments, will be awaiting the team captain of Raw, but Liv Morgan is ready to go to war for Friday Night SmackDown. And a lot of tension on Team Raw is associated with this woman, who some might say was unfairly chosen as the captain for Team Raw by Triple H. But keep in mind, this match right here, War Games, is more important than people realize. Because not only is brand supremacy on the line, spots in the Royal Rumble match are also on the line. The losing team will receive lower spots in the Rumble, and the winning teams will receive higher spots in the Rumble, which, while not a guarantee, it creates a higher chance for one of these members of their respected teams to go on and win the Royal Rumble and perhaps even main event WrestleMania. We are starting things off hot here. Liv Morgan wasting no time going after Becky Lynch. We saw Morgan heed a warning to Lynch over on Raw, firing almost a warning shot. Now look at this. We are underway here in Chicago as Morgan taking down Becky Lynch with a Hurricane Rana early on here. And oh, wait a second. Lynch almost making contact with the fence, able to put on the brakes, and Lynch with a calf kick right to the face. And of course, in this match, as the participants enter, they are allowed to use weapons. They are allowed to bring in weapons of any kind. There's no limits. But once all the competitors are in, anyone can lose, and anyone can win at any given time. That is how this match works. And whoever enters gives their team the advantage, as Morgan gets sent down with a powerbomb by Lynch. And now a knee right to the breadbasket, and we are about to have ourselves the next entrant. And it is Alba Fire of Team Raw, and it looks like Team Raw is going to have the advantage in this one, but how well are these two going to work together? Alba Fire hates Becky Lynch's guts, and she hasn't been shy about sharing that with Dakota Kai lately, who seems to be on the verge of maybe perhaps wanting to forgive Lynch of her past sins. But Alba Fire has other things to say about it. Now Fire wasting little time going after Liv Morgan, bashing her with the chair. What the hell is Becky Lynch doing here? Becky Lynch off the top of the cage, holy hell. Alba Fire not impressed, doesn't give a damn, continues to wail on Morgan with that steel chair, and Liv Morgan in all sorts of trouble right now, as Fire continues to go to work with that chair, barely acknowledging Becky Lynch, who is now going to town on Morgan with that kendo stick. Now look at this. Oh my god. Becky Lynch breaking that kendo stick over the head of Liv Morgan, who gets sent right into the corner. It looks like Morgan is finally going to get some help here. Some much needed assistance, because here comes the EST. You'll notice this match is going to get very chaotic here very quickly, as Belair gets sent flying. And now we are introduced to the 2-ring concept here, as Lynch, Belair, and 1 ring. And Alba Fire And Liv Morgan on the other side. Now look at this. Lynch taking it to the EST right now. Belair hasn't had much offense since entering the cage, but right now, Morgan starting to get back into this. What a drop kick there by Morgan. Taking fire off of her feet. And right now, Lynch still on the attack on Belair. And it is hard to call this match down the middle here, as Belair gets out of the way of a leg drop there. Now sending Lynch onto that metal canvas in between the rings there. Now fire from the second rope, taking out Morgan, who has been put through a lot of punishment at the start of this match. And now look at Fire here. Follows it up with a swanton. And right now, Team Raw. I know I said SmackDown has an underrated team, but SmackDown, they're getting whooped right now by Raw. And their chances have not been helped because here comes Dakota Kai. And we are about to get ourselves a Mafia reunion here. And look at Kai. Here come the tables. And Chicago is very happy about this. Like I said, you can bring in any weapon that you want. The only thing that's stopping you is your imagination. And Dakota Kai just brought in a freaking sledgehammer, and she's still not done. Oh my god, that's a garbage can. Tables, sledgehammers, and garbage cans are all what come to the mind of Dakota Kai. I told you, she is a veteran when it comes to this match. She knows that you can bring in whatever the hell you want. As Kai going after the team captain of SmackDown, and right now SmackDown in some serious trouble. But they're finally going to get some help here in a matter of seconds. But right now, it has been all Team Raw so far, as we have ourselves a mini Mafia reunion here between Lynch, Kai, and Fire. And now here comes Roxanne Perez, who takes advantage of the table that was brought in by Kai. She seemed to have forgotten that it was there, apparently. And now Lynch going right after Roxanne Perez. And right now, Raw still very much in control of this match as Liv Morgan gets dropped with a DDT. And now look at Roxanne Perez going around town with that Hurricane Rana, dropping the man, Becky Lynch. And now Becky Lynch dropping Liv Morgan there. And now look at this deadlift by Bianca Belair, slamming Dakota Kai down to the mat here. And it has been absolute chaos from start to finish here tonight at War Games. It's so hard to call this match, especially when there's action going on in two rings at the same time. Now Alba Fire looking to maybe do something with that table. They're moving it to the other side. And so far, no one has utilized any of the weapons. Well, perhaps I spoke too soon. Kai being smacked right in the face with the same table that she brought into this match. And now here comes the hometown girl, Cora Jade. Meanwhile, Kai might be in some serious trouble here. She's able to escape. And now looking to turn the tables, no pun intended, on Bianca Belair. The table gave way there, but Dakota Kai says to hell with it. Suplex on the table. I am the table, says the table. And now in comes Cora Jade with a garbage can, landing right on the knee of Liv Morgan. And of course, there's a little bit of history between Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade, best friends on separate brands. But these two, they have a lot of history together. Right now, it has been an absolute free-for-all. As Perez takes out Becky Lynch there, and there's just absolute chaos going on right now. Now the Fire missing with a Swanton Bomb, and meanwhile, on the other side of the ring, Belair has just been all over Dakota Kai. And a top rope elbow drop, and she gets all of it. And we are about to have ourselves our final entrant here in the Women's War Games match. And here comes Shotzi. And once Shotzi enters the match, the War Games match will officially begin, which means anyone can lose and anyone can win officially. All Shotzi has to do is get in the ring here, but it looks like she's got some ideas. Bringing it, is that a stop sign? Well, I did say the only thing that was stopping you from bringing in whatever was your imagination. And how many, that's another garbage can. How many garbage cans do we have under here? And meanwhile, Perez taking out Cora Jade, and it is just absolutely breaking down here. It is pure chaos as Jade takes out Perez with a chair. And meanwhile, they're using that trash can to very good use as Belair gets tossed aside by Kai. And the War Games match has officially begun, folks. It's put up or shut up time. There are Royal Rumble spots on the line here as Jade takes out Liv Morgan. And meanwhile, Shotzi's going after Becky Lynch over on the other ring here. And Perez getting sent down from the top rope. Looked like she was trying to climb the cage there, and it was a nasty landing. And it is breaking down here as Shotzi gets sent right into the cage, tasting all of the cage from Becky Lynch, who's now joined side by side with Alba Fire. And I can't even begin to track what's going on here. Cora Jade taking advantage of that table. And meanwhile, Roxanne Perez goes after Becky Lynch with an arm drag. I can barely make out who is going after who here. And Liv Morgan going for a ride. And boy, did she catch some serious air there. And nobody seems to want to use this table that was brought in by Dakota Kai earlier. And Jade off the ropes here takes out Belair. And finally, Dakota setting up the table here. And meanwhile, Alba Fire getting mashed with a sledgehammer there. And Becky Lynch saving Alba Fire there, to the surprise of, well, I'm sure everybody. Sticking up for her teammates as Alba Fire gets dropped. Dakota Kai dealing with Shotzi in the corner there, as she gets hit with a table right in the back of the head. Perez has been absolutely taking it to everyone here. She has been holding her own for her team. As Liv Morgan taking out Becky Lynch in the background, and Roxanne Perez with an elbow drop to Cora Jade right to her heart. And is that enough in a kick out at one by Jade? And how poetic would that be? Two best friends. One loses, one wins. And a kick out, oh, just barely kicking out there, does Dakota Kai. Meanwhile, Liv Morgan, top rope elbow to Alba Fire to put this one away, to get the win for SmackDown. And Liv Morgan and Team SmackDown get the victory. That was the closest thing to war that we have seen in quite some time here in Universe Mode. A hard-fought comeback victory for Team SmackDown, who looked like they were dead in the water at the very start of the match, but they came back thanks to the top rope elbow from Liv Morgan. And Team SmackDown will receive high spots in the Rumble. And you gotta wonder, your heart has to break for the members of Team Raw who gave it their best. And your heart's gotta break for Cora Jade. Losing in her hometown. Knowing that she will more than likely start lower in the Royal Rumble. Now wait a second, Alba Fire. Alba Fire absolutely snapping here, and oh my god.